First and 10 from their own 30. Will Brownback, the quarterback for the Mustangs. He will hand it off, second man through, and he is going nowhere.
Maybe a 2-yard loss.
And that was Chris Yoder. He did lose a yard. He'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
John Wilsbach along with Steve Leedy, Mike Dupes. 6-0 Middletown. 2nd down and 12 for the Mustangs. Will Brownback, your quarterback. Backs are in the eye. Split near side, give up the middle. Gain of just a few yards for Jason Miller. Beautiful night here for high school football in the heart of Perry County. I know a lot of folks took them a long time to get up here this evening as they tried going up 11 and 15 into Marysville and then across. And, well, Steve, luckily you and I knew that was not the way to go on a Friday afternoon because of all the traffic problems normally on a Friday. And
Penn State game tomorrow, too.
We came in the back way. Down through the near the Carlisle area and up 74 over the mountain there. A lot quicker. 3rd down and 8 for West Perry. Slot far side. Brownback back to pass. Looking left. Now scrambling to the right. He's got a man on his back and he will go down. Glenn Schaefer with the quarterback sack. And the punting unit comes in for the Mustangs.
That's the first sack tonight for Middletown. They do have 20 sacks on the year. So they're averaging just about 5 a game. Actually, they are averaging 5 a game.
West Perry to punt from about the 20. Low line drive takes a bounce. Treader will pick it up at the 35. To the far side of the 40. Cuts back the other way to the 45. All the way up near midfield. Mike Treader, who had that knee injury in the game against Steel High, certainly blasting the Raiders in the first, might as well just say 5th gear right here already in this contest. Putting on the burners with the 85-yard kickoff return touchdown. Nice return here to the 50. Middletown 1st and 10. Backs are split. Pristello and Treader. Slot far side. Split near side. Leonard Brown over center. Straight back to pass. Looks. Incomplete. He underthrew Damian Floyd on the quick hook. And it brings up 2nd and 10.
Leonard Brown on the year, 31 of 59 passing. That's just a little bit over 50%. 454 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions for the senior from Middletown.
So the Raiders come out with a 2nd and 10 at their, actually at the 50-yard line. Back split. Give to Treader, sweeping right. Cuts it up to the 45 and down at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 6. And will bring up a 3rd and 4 for Middletown. Early first quarter, 6-0 Raiders. West Perry Mustangs seeing Middletown. Geez, I don't recall for the first time in how long. I don't even know if this may be the first ever meeting of these two schools.
We'll have to consult with Larry Etter later on. He may know.
Yeah.
I know our first meeting with Gettysburg since 37 years.
Yeah.
That's what it said in the paper.
Brown back to pass, finds Floyd at the 40, picks up the 1st down, and taken down forward progress at the 38-yard line for another Raider 1st down. Now they're going to spot it at the 39. Bad spot by the referee.
They did give him a bad spot. Floyd was clearly across the 39, and they've moved it back to about the 39 and a half, but referees are going to say it's enough for the 1st.
West Perry has been AAA for many years, and their football program was always down in Mid-Penn 3 and struggled to get the points.
And one year they did go undefeated, and they were left out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
There was a lot of controversy there.
1st and 10 for the Raiders at the 39 of West Perry. Back split, slot far side. Give Pristello off right tackle, finds the big hole and busts his way down to the 29-yard line. He'll be close to another 1st down for Middletown.
Middletown. Sorry, John.
That's all right, mate.
I was going to say the Middletown offensive line dominating the line of scrimmage so far in this game. And a lot of underclassmen. Steve Gussler, he's a junior. Mike Schoenfeld's a sophomore. And Glenn Schaefer is a junior at the left tackle spot.
It's certainly a line they're building for next year. It's going to be second and short. Pitch out near side to Treader. Looks to go in, then cuts back out, picks up the first, and taken down at the 29-yard line. Well, West Perry in their first year here in Mid-Penn Division II, and they're struggling along right now.
And West Perry has 2 division losses already this year. Last week they dropped a 10-0 loss against Mechanicsburg, and then the week before they lost here on their home field 14-7 against Redland.
First and 10 for the Raiders at the 24-yard line. Leonard Brown back to pass, rolling right, stops, throws, hit Damian Floyd right in the numbers, and he dropped it. Perfect pass.
Leonard had a lot of time throwing that ball. Good blocks by the running backs picking up the ends. It's just a drop by Floyd.
Yeah, you can't drop those. Damian Floyd in the top 10 in the area for receiving coming into this contest.
And he's got to remember, number one thing to do when the ball's coming to you is catch it. Then you look to see where you're going. He looked like he tried turning his head a little too late that time.
Second and 10, quick pitch. Treader trying to go outside, then cuts it back up. He's at the 20, he's at the 15, he's at the 10, 5, touchdown. Mike Treader, 24-yard touchdown carry. And the Raiders now lead it 12-0 over the Mustangs.
Now Mike Treader already 120 all-purpose yards, 85 on a kickoff return, now 35 on 3 carries. And Middletown probably will go for the 2-point conversion as Kleinpeter missed the extra point the first time.
All the Raiders usually like that short pass in the flats. We'll see what they do here with a slot to the right and a split backfield. Treader goes in motion, giving a trips to the right side. Brown back to pass, throws across the middle, complete for the 2-point conversion to Mike Treader. He stood right in front of 2 defenders. No one in front of him. Perfect pass, perfect catch. 14-0 Middletown.
And he stood right behind the goal line when he caught that. I'm not sure if he, I'm not sure if he was in the end zone, but the officials signaled for the good 2-point conversion.
Yeah, he knew just how far to go. Got that one step inside the line, turned, and right there it was. So Middletown leading 14-0. Don't forget, immediately following this game, you'll hear Lower Dauphin at Gettysburg.
That drive, 7 plays, 2 minutes, 35 seconds, 50 yards. And the key play, of course, was a 24-yard touchdown run. Also a 5-yard completion to Floyd on 3rd and 4.
So Middletown will kick off again from their own 40, going right to left. Kleinpeter, kind of a low spiral line drive. It'll be taken by Kittner back at about the 15, up the middle to the 25, and that's where he stopped. And that's where the Mustangs will set up. Well, we saw new life come into this Middletown team last week with the re-additions of Randy Hefner and also Tyrone Noon. Noon was all over the place defensively last week.
And Middletown needed a few players to step up with a caliber team of Gettysburg. And Gettysburg, of course, with that big fourth quarter comeback, but just fell short as George Perry blocked the extra point. Gettysburg is one of those teams, if they're within 2 touchdowns and it's in the fourth quarter, you're in a lot of trouble because they have a history of making things interesting in the fourth.
I would not be surprised if Gettysburg gives Lower Dauphin a run for their money tonight.
Yeah.
That should be a good game, and we'll have that for you right after this one on Tape Delay.
First and 10, West Perry at their own 24-yard line. Slot to the near side, backs are split. Quarterback is Will Brownback. Straight back to pass. Looking right, will throw incomplete. Too far high and over the head of Chris Yoder. Out a little bit too far in front of him as well. Brings up a 2nd and 10.
Yoder was open. Just a matter of getting the ball to him. He slipped behind the coverage of Baker, and I believe Brown was with him.
Midway through the first quarter, 14-0 Middletown. 2nd and 10. Split backfield again, slot near side for the Mustangs. Brown back again, straight back to pass, scrambles right, now steps up, he's bombarded and sacked at the 20-yard line. Damian Floyd and also Todd Kennedy right there to take him down.
That's just a tremendous play there by Floyd. He had a clear shot at Brownback, and then Brownback put on a little juke move, but Floyd still kept his arm on him and let Kennedy come in and finish him off.
2nd sack for the Raider defense in this game. 3rd down and 15 from the 20 for the Mustangs. Wide right and left. Brown back again, back to pass, looks left, throws across the middle, tapped in the air, intercepted by Pristello. He's got blocking as he scrambles outside of the 25-20, 15-10, 5. He is in for the touchdown. Corey Pristello.
32-yard interception return.
Looked like a little tip drill there.
Yeah.
Deflected into the air and into the hands of Corey, and he just took off.
All right, there's the reason why players sometimes wonder why they do little drills like that in practice.
Yeah.
Pristello got it. 32-yard return.
Jason Welch with an excellent block down around the 10-yard line to let Pristello go into the end zone.
Yeah, he just got that corner pylon far side. Klein Peter in for the extra point. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it's good. We'll step out here in Elliotsburg. 5:48 to play. First quarter, it's Middletown 21. West Perry nothing. This is the Blue Raider Sports Network.
Okay.
You playing a commercial?
Yeah.
All right. Did Kaiser ever call up over there?
I think he did.
Are both lines lit up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, just one here, John, and you can return it to us.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah, 5 seconds.
5 seconds, standing by. Everything we see. Welcome back. Middletown leads 21-0. Welcome those of you who did not want to make the drive up here to Elliotsburg. Also welcome those of you who enjoy these games tape delay on videotape. As all games of Middletown are on videotape with the WMSS broadcast on, kind of raw footage audio of our broadcast.
Get the raw stuff today, because we're not in listening range, so we can't take the radio signal. We have to take the raw feed, just in case anybody's wondering about that when you're watching the tape.
And if you do want videotapes of any Middletown game this season, they're only $10, and all you have to do is stop by the Middletown Recreation Office, 55 West Water Street, at the administration building, and tell them what game you would like on videotape, and they will make you a copy for just $10, and proceeds benefit WMSS Student Radio and also Middletown Athletics. 1st and 10 for West Perry as a return came out to the 32-yard line. Backs are split with a slot to the near side. Brownback is going to take his chance. Back to pass. He'll throw again near side. It is complete. Diving in front of Leonard Brown was Donald Haldeman. And he kind of tripped over a diving Leonard Brown who was going down at the ankles. Picks up a 1st down to the 49-yard line. Good contingent of Middletown fans made the trek up here as well. You don't have a large section of bleachers on the far side of the field, which is the Middletown side, but nonetheless, about 3/4 filled. Mustangs, 1st and 10, they're on 49. Brown back again, back to pass. Pump fake, now will scramble to the far side, unloads, he's got a man, it's incomplete. Overthrew the intended receiver of Jeremy Adair.
Adair was open. The pass was just a little bit high and to the side, and Adair just couldn't hold on to it.
So it brings up a 2nd and 10. John Wilsbach, Steve Leedy, Mike Dupes with you. Mike Dupes, former Middletown standout football player. What have you been doing since graduating, Mike?
Well, during the summer, I had to take classes at East Stroudsburg, where I picked up 9 credits, and that ended August 23rd. And I have to take a class at Hacknell. It's a math course, and then I'll have 12 credits, and they recommend a student going into the 2nd semester with 12 credits, and I'll just be taking finals with the regular spring semester. And a lot of questions that people ask me are, will you play football again? Yeah, answer is yeah. And it really bugs me because I get asked about that a lot at work, and
sure.
I will play.
Well, you'll
next
play
year
at East Stroudsburg
yes.
next year, and you'll probably go there for spring drills, I would assume.
Yes,
Oh.
spring practice.
Excellent. A short run by Yoder accomplished nothing. It's a 3rd and 10 for the Mustangs at their own 49-yard line. Backs are in the eye, wide right and left. Throw across the middle, almost intercepted, actually on the right side. As it's incomplete, Leonard Brown went up for it, along with Chris Yoder, and the punting unit comes in once again for West Perry.
Every time West Perry running the ball, the middle linebackers, George Perry and Randy Hefner, were really doing a good job of clogging up the holes. And they haven't been, West Perry just hasn't been getting a lot of yards for the rushing attempts.
Mustangs punt it all the way down inside the 20, and it will go out of bounds at about the 13. So a nice play by West Perry to get that down inside the 15-yard line, as the Raiders did not want to attempt to return it. Now, Middletown, I'm not sure if this was in the last few years while you were playing for the Raiders, but did you guys not at least play West Perry in JV football sometime in the last few years?
Well, my brother, who's a year older than me, Jesse, he was the Z-back on this team. And I think the last time any Middletown football team played that was when he was a sophomore. We played them at home, and I think we ended up beating them 15-14. And that was the last time we encountered West Perry for any football.
Middletown trying to carry it to the left side. That was Corey Prestello. He loses 2 yards on the carry as the Raiders have it 2nd and 12 at the 11. That's their own 11-yard line. Middletown leading 21-0 with 3:40 to play here in the first quarter. Raiders have a split backfield with a slot to the right side. Baker and Floyd over there. Leonard Brown over center. Takes a snap. He'll give it to Treader, sweeping right. Now cuts it back up the middle. Breaks another tackle. Spins off another man to 15, out to the 20, and taken down the 24. Mike Treader will pick up the first down for Middletown. So 1st and 10 for Middletown at their own 24.
Mike Treader already 4 carries for 48 yards tonight so far.
Raiders have Prestello and Treader in the backfield. Siders is wing to the far side. Damian Floyd split near side. Siders in motion. Play action. Brown back to pass. He has big George Perry open. Instead, he tries going down the middle to Treader, and it's overthrown. But George Perry wide open over on the right side. I think Leonard pre-picking his pass that time. That pass worked 2 times. In fact, big plays against Gettysburg last week, thrown across the middle.
Yeah, that time Treader was open, though. Brown just put it a little high. It looked like Floyd was right behind Treader.
And he was open.
And he was open, but he did have a guy on him.
And George Perry from the tight end spot was wide open. Raiders 2nd and 10 at the 24. Motion to the far side, gives him a trips right. Leonard Brown back to pass. He's got plenty of time scrambling right. Now he'll throw, and it's incomplete. Out of the hands of Bill Baker. Brown could have run that one if he wanted to. Poor defensive coverage on the part of West Perry right now. They're having their problems, but the Raiders aren't capitalizing.
Leonard Brown is 1 of 5 already in tonight's contest. Middletown running the ball 6 times and passing it 5, so a well-balanced attack, but it's been the running game that has been getting the job done for Coach Dongai tonight.
3rd down and 10 for the Raiders at their own 24. Trips to the near side. That's 3 receivers. Single setback. Hunter Brown again, back to pass. He sets up the screen, wide open. George Perry, far side, plenty of room to run. 30 to the 40, to the 45, 50, and taken down at the 45-yard line, West Perry territory. 30-yard screen pass from Leonard Brown to George Perry. He had one blocker on the right side while everyone else was on the left side, and West Perry fell for it. We've seen Mike Dongai this year not be afraid to use that screen. And that time was probably the first time this season that it was very successful. 1st and 10 for the Raiders at the 45 of West Perry. Back split. Give. Treader tries going up the middle and then cuts back, and he will be stopped for no gain. Middletown leading 21-0. Second down and 10 for the Raiders.
That's good. Nice to see that the rain has held off, at least up until now. Skies looked a little cloudy around 6:30, and it started to rain a little bit, but it held off, and we got a nice night for football.
2nd and 10, Leonard Brown. Play action, he's going to keep it. It's the bootleg near side. He gets to the 40 and taken down at the 36-yard line. He'll be about a yard and a half shy of a first. Middletown just doing what they want out there offensively.
And if a couple of receivers can make a couple receptions, a couple drops here for Leonard Brown, this could get ugly real fast.
Well, West Perry wants a timeout. We're going to take one as well. 1 minute remaining. First quarter, Middletown 21, West Perry nothing. We'll step out. You're listening to the Blue Raider Sports Network.
John.
Yeah.
It's 7-7 after 1.
Yep, go back to 1.
Okay.
Yep.
The score is 7-7 after 1, the lower Dolphin.
Oh, lower Dolphin. Okay, thank you. I don't think we're going to mention it because we want to keep the people in suspense.
Okay.
But thanks for letting me know. We'll give it to the announcers here.
Okay. 5 seconds.
5 seconds, standing by. Steve, can you take this?
Welcome back to Elliotsburg, Pennsylvania, West Perry Athletic Field. Middletown leads 21-0. And Middletown has it 3rd down and 1. And now the mad French fry consumer is back at the microphone. John,
hey, I didn't expect him to come back that quickly. I had to guzzle those fries down. This game started off with a Mike Treader 85-yard kickoff return. And the wheels have been in motion ever since. 3rd and 1 for the Raiders at the 36. Give. Bristello picks up the first, follows the blocks, gets inside the 30 to the 27 for another first down.
Middletown linemen getting it done on the ground and for pass protection, giving Leonard all kinds of time and giving the running backs all sorts of holes. It seems like it's not just one. It's anywhere the running backs go, there's a hole, and getting good gains.
Well, they certainly had their hands full last week with Gettysburg. That was just one defensive battle, especially on the line. Middletown dominating here. 1st down and 10 at the 27 of West Perry. Back split, wing near side. Brown, play action, back to pass. He is scrambling near side. He fumbled, picks it back up, runs, cuts, 25, 20, down at the 19-yard line. Leonard Brown makes 7 yards out of what was potentially going to be an ugly run, sack, or a fumble.
Yeah, we planned at Middletown because that certainly was a home field bounce. It bounced right back up into Leonard Brown's hands.
I think he thinks it's basketball season, just dribbling down the field.
The main thing is Leonard Brown just keeping his composure. And when he fumbled it, just picked it back up and just started running for, I guess, about 10 yards for a first down. Well, not a first down, but second 2 now.
Yep, they give them 8 on the carry. They're at the 20 of West Perry. Single setback Treader goes up the middle, now cuts left. Drug down after a gain of 4 and picking up the first down. They're going to spot it at the 16. And it is another first down for Middletown.
Give all 4 of those yards to the offensive line. And Treader just had to walk up and step over across the first down marker.
We played 1. It's Middletown 21, West Perry nothing. Stay tuned. Second quarter is coming up on the Blue Raiders Sports Network.
Okay.
All right, play 2 here, okay?
2?
Yes.
Okay.
Keep them nice and tight.
Okay.
I mean, as soon as that spot is done talking, don't even let the music fade out. Boom, just hit the next one.
Okay.
Sounds good, sounds good. What you telling me is Treader? Treader as in cheddar.
You want me to come back after this one?
Play 2 and then bring it back.
Okay.
Is this the second one you're playing?
Yeah.
Okay, bring it back after this one.
Okay. 5 seconds.
Okay, thank you. Welcome back, Elliotsburg. John Wilsbach along with Steve Leedy, Mike Dupes, Matt Demme on the field with a wireless microphone across the way on the Middletown side, and our studio producer for this game, John Redinger. He's got his hands full, controls and the phone and the switches, but doing a fine job. Middletown leads at 21-0. We start the second quarter. Raiders with the football at the 16 of West Perry. Slot to the near side with a split backfield. Leonard Brown. Long count, gives up the middle. Prostella now cuts to the outside. Has got a man on his ankle. He drags him about a yard. And then it's finally down.
Now, normally you got to say keep those legs moving. That time Prostella only had 1 left to work with as a defender from West Perry had 1 leg wrapped up. So Prostella just hopping along, trying to drag him for another extra yard, and he ended up picking 1.5, 2 yards on the play.
I'll call it a gain of 1. 2nd and 9 at the 15. Wide far side with Baker. Split backfield. Brown quick pitch. Treader going outside. And he will get stopped with a gain of only 2. Good pursuit that time by Will Brownback, containing him.
Brownback was being blocked by Bill Baker, and he did a nice job of getting through Baker and right to Treader to minimize the gain.
So 3rd down, and we'll call it 7 for Middletown. Ball spotted at the 13. Back split. Leonard Brown back to pass. Looks across the middle. Throws incomplete. He had Tyrone Noon, but he got wrapped up immediately and could not hold on down around the 1-yard line. Brings up a 4th down and 7 for Middletown. What are they going to do? They've been running the football for the most part and passing well on West Perry. Not sure what way the wind is blowing here tonight.
And it's more of a crosswind.
Yeah.
To Middletown's left.
Now they're going to go for it. 4th and 7 at the 13 for Middletown. They lead at 21-0. Back split. Slot far side. Brown. It's going to be the counter crisscross in the backfield, and it will not fool West Perry as Bill Baker is stopped for a loss of about 3 yards, and West Perry will get the football back. Well, that play came up real big last week against Gettysburg, but the Mustangs shut down the middle. And they will get the football back, but trail Middletown 21-0. So it's 1st and 10 for West Perry. At their own 15, backs are split. Wide to the near side. Brownback fumble the football on the snap. It's in a pile of bodies. Raiders are signaling they have it. And they do. Big recovery. Hard to say who got it.
I think Steve Gussler.
Steve Gussler, you are correct. The big junior. That's part of our trivia question a little bit later on, by the way.
Definitely want to stay tuned for that.
Oh, yes. 1st and 10. Middletown has the football at the 17 of West Perry. Slot far side, backs are split. Tyler Brown, play action, rolls right, lobs it to the end zone. George Perry, touchdown. 17-yard touchdown pass. Leonard Brown to George Perry, the junior. And Middletown now leads it 27-0.
I'm sure Coach Mike Dongai is quite happy with how his team is playing here tonight. The offense has marched down the field basically 3 times. Got stopped the last time. Defense has scored, and special teams has scored. So this is just an all-out great effort being put forth tonight by the Raiders.
Extra point kick by Kleinpeter is good, and will step out. 10:09 to play, second quarter. Middletown 28, West Perry nothing. This is the Blue Raiders Sports Network. Well, Middletown is blowing this one open early. Early second quarter, it's 28-0.
Middletown gets to take on Mechanicsburg at home next week. West Perry next week will go to Lower Dolphin, so another tough game for the Mustangs.
Kickoff taken at the 17-yard line, and Brownback gets all the way up to about the 35. Check that. That was Clint Kittner on the return. That's where West Perry will start 1st and 10 at its own 35. Do have a Raider partially shaken up. Now we'll
It's like Ray Ziders.
Yep, Ray Ziders will walk over the side. Got the wind knocked out of him, looks like. I don't remember a 28-0 score this early in a game for a long time.
Ooh, it's
I remember my sophomore year, it was 42-0 at East Pennsboro at halftime, and
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know what to think at halftime. Really.
I thought you were going to take the second half off.
Yeah.
1st and 10. West Perry trying to go up the middle with the run. It will net only 2 yards on the carry. You know, games like this are good because it minimizes the injury factor, but then again, on the bad side of things, you really don't stay in that full game shape playing
Right.
4 tough quarters. 2nd and 9. There is a new quarterback, Thomas Dumm, for West Perry. Slot near side, single setback. Dumm is straight back to pass and sacked hard from behind. Corey Bristello comes in from the blind side and nails him down at the 28. Check that. It was Jason Welch.
He just came in untouched, and it was like a pot of gold in the backfield, and he just went for it.
Thomas Dumm already feeling it coming into this game. Loss of 6. 3rd and 16.
Already 3 sacks in the game for the Middletown defense for a loss of 15 yards.
Slot far side, backs are split. Dumb again, straight back to pass. Lobs one right side, but it's incomplete. Ben Sheets didn't even look like he wanted to try for that one. He saw some bodies in front of him. West Perry pretty much just trying to go with the passing attack this entire game, and it is unsuccessful.
And not to lay the curse down, but you know, Middletown coming into this game averaging 109 yards a game in penalties, and I have not seen a penalty flag yet tonight.
Nope.
All right, there's the punt by West Perry. It'll be taken at the 32 by Baker at the 35. Steve, thanks for saying something. The flag was just thrown. Baker out of bounds at about the 42-yard line in West Perry territory.
Illegal block.
You had to say something, didn't you? I even sat here and knocked on the wood, but that didn't help. As soon as you're done, they start running it back. There goes the yellow flag. Now, you know, I'm going to tell Mike Dunn, guy, you did that. He was so upset today. We were talking about it, and he said, daggone. He said, I just don't know what the problem is. He said, because some things they look back on tape and some things shouldn't even be called. Okay, we've got our Matt Demme, who's down on the sideline, and let's go to him.
Thank you very much. Ray Soder's just got the wind knocked out, and we'll be back in the game. Back upstairs.
All right, thank you very much, Matt Demme. On the Middletown side of the field with a wireless microphone. So the Raiders, with the penalty, have it marked all the way back to the 24-yard line. Middletown leading 28-0. 8-10 and counting here in the second quarter. Backs are split, wing to the near side. Brown will give to Bristello, off left tackle. Will pick up nothing. Back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to give him 1, actually. Brings up 2nd and 9. Almost like a varsity team playing against a JV team out there right now.
Well, certainly Middletown's controlling this game in every way possible. As mentioned before, the offense has scored, the defense has scored, and the special teams. Mike Treader opened it off with a 85-yard kickoff return for a touchdown.
2nd and 9 for the Raiders. Backs are split. Baker is in the wrong position. Raiders better hurry up and get this play off. Baker moves to the near side. Brown takes a snap, gives to Treader, 1 to go left, then right, now cuts to the near side. He's up to the 30 and spins to about the 32-yard line. So a couple times there's some hesitation out there by Treader on the runs. Sees that things are blocked up as soon as he gets the ball, and has a second thought about which way he wants to go. But he's able to get some extra yardage out of that carry. Brings up a 3rd down and 2 for Middletown at their own 32-yard line. Bristello and Treader in the backfield will now switch sides. Slot near side. Siders goes in motion. He'll get the carry. Gets hit hard at the line and will be shy of the 1st down. So it brings up a 4th down and 1. I think the situation you're in, I would go for it, but the Raiders are going to play it safe and punt it. For the most part, the Raiders are getting at least a yard on every carry.
I think you punt the ball. The score is 28-0 at this point.
You like taking it easy on teams, don't you, Steve?
Well,
Nick Jordan back to punt for Middletown. He'll boot it from the 25, and a nice deep punt that goes over the head of Brown back and rolls all the way down to about the 5-yard line. West Perry playing up too close, and Jordan, who had 5 excellent punts last week, gets this one all the way down on the 5-yard line.
That's about a 62-yard punt for Chortenoff. That's why I said you punt the ball. I felt a good one coming from Chortenoff.
I stand corrected, Steve. Yeah, excellent punt and put West Perry deep. They're at their own 5. Middletown leads it 28-0. Midway through the second quarter. Backs are in a power I to the left. Quarterback Dumb will give up the middle to Jason Miller, who picks up several on the carry.
Going to pick up 7 yards on the play. That, if I'm not mistaken, is the longest run by West Perry tonight, and it is.
Well, they'll spot it at the 12-yard line. 2nd and 3. Power I to the right. Dumb again, giving off left tackle, and a big hole and a first down there for Ben Sheets. So West Perry gets a first down, and they'll move it out to the 17-yard line. That's the second first down for them in this game.
Yes, that's their second first down. Their first one came on a pass play, so now they have one on the ground and through the air.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Power backfield again. Give up the middle. Gain of only a couple. Gain of 2 as Miller gets it up to the 20. 2nd and 8. Backs are split. Wide right and left. Quarterback Dumb on 2nd and 8. Straight back to pass. He'll flare it out to the right side, and it's incomplete. And you can really tell that time Ben Sheets dropped it. You could tell he was afraid of getting hit.
By Bill Baker, he was right there. He had good position.
Because as that ball touched his hands and kind of dropped out, he just looked forward and wanted to jump out of the way. Wow, that was evident. Third down and 8. Very timid right now, this West Perry team. By the way, the starting quarterback, Will Brownback, is now in a wide receiver role. He is wide near side. Dumb back to pass, looking, throws across the middle, incomplete. Treader wide open, dropped it. Hit him square in the numbers. And I've even seen a lot of pro players having problems with that lately. That ball hits you square in the numbers, it is hard to catch.
I guess there's such thing as a pass being too perfect.
Yeah. Treader walks down the field to get back in the punt return formation, shaking his head. There's the boot, and this one will go over Treader's head. He'll take a high bounce. Treader will grab it back at about the 32, up to the 35, to the 40, to the 45, cross midfield to the 45, and down at the 43-yard line. Now he had to go back and get it. Didn't make any difference. An excellent return by Mike Treader. And Middletown has it 1st and 10 at the Mustang 43.
He's having a huge night so far, Treader.
Now, the difference there was the lack of real hang time on the punt. Treader was able to go back, pick it up, turn around. Hey, I got some blockers this way, so came back to the near side and picked up about 25 yards on the return.
1st and 10 for the Raiders. Slot far side. Backs are split. Leonard Brown. Straight back to pass. Will throw. Chortenoff hit him. And
Square in the numbers
incomplete.
again.
Yep, square in the numbers, and he dropped it.
Leonard doing his job.
You've got to
But
make
there
that catch.
Yeah.
That's been happening a little more than what it should be this season. Leonard has had some perfect passes in games, and guys are dropping them.
Well, at least Coach Don Guy has something to go over this week. Everything else has been pretty good.
2nd down and 10 for Middletown at the 43 of West Perry. Damian Floyd back in the game with George Perry there, both the tight ends. Brown will give to Treader, sweeping left, finds him at the 40, the 35. He's off to the races again, the 30, the 20, the 10, 5, touchdown, Mike Treader. 43-yard carry, and the Raiders now lead at 34-0.
And you can give a lot of credit to Steve Gussler on that one. Looked like he took out 2 West Perry defenders on the far side of the hole, and that just sprung Treader free, and Mike Treader is running wild, exactly 100 yards on just 8 carries, and that's just on offense.
So Scott Kleinpeter in for the extra point kick. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it's good, and we'll step out. 2:24 remaining in the first half. Middletown 35, West Perry nothing. This is the Blue Raiders Sports Network. All right, play one and then bring it back. Well, Middletown has opened it up, a 35-0 lead now. Raiders to kick off from left to right. Kleinpeter will boot this one right down the middle, taken at the 16-yard line and cutting to the far outside, but going nowhere is Jason Miller.
And it's a great open field tackle by Brian Sullivan, a 5'9", 143-pound junior, to make the stop for the Raiders.
I think we'll be seeing a lot of bodies in this game tonight for Middletown. But starting unit remains in there.
And you at least want to give let your starters play into the third quarter, just for the conditioning factor.
Definitely. Dunn throws far side. It is complete for a gain of about 7. And that goes to the starting quarterback of this game, Will Brownback. They'll give him 8. 2nd and 2 for West Perry. Now West Perry breaks out in the power to the left. Dunn will give it up the middle, and Miller will gain nothing.
Right off the snap of the ball, looks like the defensive lineman had good penetration, and the result of that was a loss of about 2 yards.
Coming up at halftime, we'll be hearing Andy Cochran's weekly feature on how the Middletown varsity sports teams are doing. We'll hear all the details on that. I may have either an equipment problem or some bleeding on the part of running back Jason Miller because the referee is making him go to the sideline. 3rd down and 2 for the Mustangs. Middletown romping on West Perry, 35-0. Mustangs going more to what looks like a wishbone. And we get a flag thrown at the line of scrimmage.
Penalty number 2 with 55 seconds left.
This one may have been an all sign against George Perry.
If Perry was lined up as the left defensive end, it was him. That's where it came from.
So the penalty gives the Mustangs a 1st down at their own 42-yard line.
West Perry without a penalty in this game.
Single setback, slot far side, Dumb back to pass. Little out pattern near side to Brown back, who gets by a man, dodges another, picks up a 1st down to the 42-yard line. I believe it was Leonard Brown who had a chance at him, and he got past him, so Brownback wasn't getting the job done as a quarterback and now getting the job done as a wide receiver. West Perry 1st and 10 at the Middletown 42 with 20 seconds and counting here in the first half, and the Mustang coaches just letting that clock tick down. I guess they don't want to try to do some clock management and call timeouts. Slot near side. Dome back to pass. He'll throw down the near side. It's tapped in the air. It is intercepted by Corey Prostello. No time remains, and he will be tackled at the 31. So the Raiders come up with another interception just before halftime, and we have reached halftime here in Elliotsburg. Middletown 35, West Perry nothing. You're listening to the Blue Raiders Sports Network.
Okay. Do you want me to play another one after this?
Yeah, play a few here, okay?
Okay.
Just keep playing them.
Okay.
Middletown leading 35-0. Scott Kleinpeter to kick it off, left to right. This one's end over end, and it is booted, and the ball's recovered by Middletown. I'm not sure who that hit off of out there. I believe it was Jerry Kittner or Clint Kittner, but came up on the football to catch it. It was end over end, and it just bounced right off his body, and he kind of kicked it forward 10 yards.
Looked like a straight kick, and all the green shirts out there missed it, and Middletown fell on it. That's the 4th turnover of the game for West Perry.
1st and 10 for the Raiders at the 30 of West Perry. Baxter split. Give right side, Prostello. He's going to cut to the outside, and he bangs his way down to the 24-yard line. It has been just that way for Middletown in this game, getting all the breaks. The kickoff of the game, the first kickoff of the game, Treader with an 85-yard touchdown. And here, kickoff to start the second half. West Perry gives it right back to the Raiders.
You got to feel a little bad for Bob Anderson, head coach of the West Perry Mustangs. Nothing is going right for him and his club tonight.
Gain of 5, 2nd and 5 for Middletown at the 25. Baxter split, wing far side. Split near side is Damian Floyd. Play action, Leonard Brown on the bootleg, scrambling left, cuts in at the 20 and taken down at the 16 for a Raider first down. Leonard Brown executing that bootleg again perfectly. 1st and 10 at the West Perry 15-yard line. So Middletown breaks out of the huddle, leading at 35-0. Baxter split Prostello and Treader. Zaders wide to the far side. Leonard Brown will give to Treader, sweeping left, rather right, cuts up the middle, gets inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line. He'll be shy a few yards of the first down.
Pickup of 7 for Treader. I'm trying to figure out his shortest carry of the night. Looks like he has 1 for no gain and 1 for 2, but he has 9 carries total for 107 yards.
2nd and 3 for Middletown. At the 8. Baxter split, slot near side. Give off right side, Corey Prostello. He will be close to a first down at the 5. They will not give him the spot. It will be a half-yard shy of the first, so make it 3rd and about a foot. Raiders at the 6 of West Perry. West Perry's got 1 too many men on the field. Now they get them off. Give up the middle. Corey Prostello met at the line. He will not get the first down. It will bring up a 4th down and 1 for Middletown. Tried running that one right down the gut and didn't work.
Yeah, that time it was a good stand there by the center of the West Perry defensive line. They stood all the Middletown players straight up and surged it back a little bit. Middletown lost about a yard on that.
So it brings up 4th and 2 from the 7-yard line. Backs are split. Wide far side, split near side. Leonard Brown straight back to pass. Pump fake, downloads deep for the corner, but it is overthrown. Incomplete. Went too far for the sideline for Bill Baker. And the Mustangs will get the football back at their own 7-yard line. That one wasn't thrown totally on the mark.
Yeah, it looked like it might have been a mixed pattern. That was Baker, correct?
Correct.
And it looked like he was cutting back towards the center of the field, and Brown threw it towards the outside of the field.
So West Perry from its own 7, 1st and 10, give up the middle, will get nothing. Jason Miller. No gain, brings up 2nd and 10. Middletown coming into this contest 3-1, West Perry 2-2. Check that.
1 and 3.
1 and 3. Dumb back to pass, throws far side, but he overthrew the intended receiver. That was Brown back and brings up a 3rd and 10.
And West Perry opened the season with a 22-20 victory at Susquehanna, and then got the pleasure of going to Bishop McDevitt, where the Crusaders handed them a 46-13 lump. And then Redland at home lost 14-7, lost to Mechanicsburg 10-0 last week.
Welcome to Mid-Penn 2.
Very much so.
3rd and 10. West Perry at their own 7. Backs in the eye. Wide right and left. Quarterback keeper, and Dumb slips and falls. And will lose a yard. So it brings up 4th down and 12 from the 5. West Perry will punt from the end zone. Snap, Middletown will not challenge. High punt, not too long. Takes a West Perry bounce all the way out to about the 37, and that's where they'll down it. So Middletown gets the football back, leading 35-0 here in Elliotsburg.
Boy, that looked like the old sand wedge, but with no backspin. It took off on forward. Good thing for West Perry. And it was still only a 32-yard net punt.
Raiders 1st and 10. We'll spot it at the 38. Double wing, single setback. Siders now goes in motion. He'll carry it to the right side. Tries following the blocks. Picks up nothing. Also looks like Todd Kennedy smacking up the hand a little bit out there, shaking it as he heads back to the huddle. They'll give Zaiders a yard, 2nd and 9. Treader and Prostello still split in the backfield. Bill Baker is your wingback. Quick pitch, left side, Treader at the 35, has a man on his ankles, taken out the 32-yard line. Gain of 5. So it brings up a 3rd down and 4 for Middletown. At the West Perry 32-yard line. Kleinpeter now in there is a split to the far side. Damian Floyd split near side. Hunter Brown straight back to pass. He's got a scramble to the right. He's got a couple bodies on him. He'll run. He'll throw. He's got Klein Peter. Incomplete. It was partially deflected by West Perry's Matt Puchalowski.
Yeah, but it did appear that Klein Peter was able to get his hands on it. Just couldn't haul it in.
Yeah, he was playing a quickly thrown deflected ball. Good attempt. 4th down and 4, and the Raiders will go for it.
Yeah, no real sense punting it here. They're well outside of Klein Peter's field goal range, so the obvious choice is to go for it, even though the score is 35-0.
Tyrone Noon lines up as the tight end of the left side. Damian Floyd split near side. Now the Raiders will go with a trips near side as Baker is in motion. Hunter Brown back to pass. He's going to scramble right. He looks. He'll throw. It's complete to Damian Floyd for a first down at the 20. Damian Floyd with the 12-yard reception. First down for Middletown at the 20 of West Perry.
Hunter Brown, 4 of 11 for 64 yards and 1 touchdown in tonight's game.
Should be around 9 for 11 if it wasn't for those drop passes.
Good point. Saw that last week as well. Brown having some problems. 1st and 10. At the 20, West Perry. Double wing, single setback. Now Treader goes in motion. Give up the middle to Prostello. He's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain for Corey Prostello. Clock counting at 3:45 remaining third quarter. 35-0 Middletown leading West Perry. Immediately following this game, Lower Dolphin at Gettysburg.
Corey Prostello just 9 carries for 26 yards, but what Prostello can't get done, Treader is certainly overcompensating for the Middletown offensive unit.
Give them 1 second and 9 for the Raiders. Backs are split with a slot to the near side. Leonard Brown, draw play, give up the middle, and Prostello goes nowhere.
Looked like there were about 4 sets of eyes on Prostello as soon as Brown decided to hand the ball off to him. He had no prayer of getting out of there alive. He'll lose a couple.
So it will bring up a 3rd down and 10 at the 21. Backs are split with a wing to the near side. Siders goes in motion, far side. Brown, play action, rolling left, looking, steps up, dodges a man. Now he'll throw into the end zone. Incomplete. It was in Zeider's hands. He couldn't hold on. Turned around for it. Turned around, but couldn't hold it.
Looked like Brownback might have gotten his hand on the ball. It was on the coverage for West Perry.
Well, brings up a 4th and 10. Raiders
What the heck?
wasting some time here getting the play in on 4th and 10. They may just have to call a timeout or get a penalty here.
I'd say let Klein Peter try a field goal, but that would be about 40 yards. Maybe a little too steep.
4th and 10. Backs are split. Slot far side. Now Treader in motion, giving him a trips left. Hunter Brown back to pass. Looking left, looks right, looks across the middle. Now throws far side. Complete to Baker. Scrambles around one man, but then gets hit and knocked back. It's a gain of only 5 yards. And West Perry will get the football back, stopping Middletown offensively 2 times here. Or stopping Middletown's offense 2 times here in the second half. Raiders needing 10 on that, only get 5. West Perry gets the football back, 1st and 10 at its own 15-yard line.
I guess Bob Anderson had a few words to say about his defense at halftime.
Full house backfield for West Perry with a wide to the far side. Some motion in the backfield, but they didn't throw the flag. The give is to Ben Sheets, and he will pick up nothing. Minute 20 to play, third quarter, 35-0 in favor of Middletown. All those points coming in the first half. So it brings up a second down and 11 for the Mustangs at the 15-yard line. And now West Perry wants a timeout. We'll step out. 54 seconds to go. Third quarter, Middletown 35, West Perry nothing. You're listening to the Blue Raiders Sports Network.
Clear.
All righty.
It's on 12:20 a.m. score.
Yeah.
Cumberland Valley
Cumberland Valley,
28.
28.
Cedar Cliff 21. Third quarter.
Thank you very much. What about LD? Any update there?
Lord Austin 17 to 14.
Thank you.
Get ready.
Standing by.
9836355. If you have that ticket, please come to the press box.
Welcome back to West Perry Athletic Field here on the West Perry High School campus. Middletown leads this game 35-0, and we do have an update on the big game in Mid-Penn Division 1. Cumberland Valley is leading Cedar Cliff 28-21 in the third quarter.
Wow. And immediately after this game, we'll take it down to Brian Kaiser and Andy Cochran as Lower Dauphin is taking on Gettysburg. Second and 11 for the Mustangs at their own 15. Quarterback dump, back to pass, throws near side, intercepted by Mike Treader at the 25-yard line. Good coverage by Treader right there on top of Pukalski, and Treader catches this one over the head, and they will mark it at the 26, and that's where the Raiders get the football.
That's the fifth turnover of the game for West Perry. And now Mike Treader has the kickoff return for touchdown, over 100 yards rushing. Now he adds an interception to that.
So first and 10 for the Raiders at the 26 of West Perry. Backs are split. Under 30 seconds remaining, third quarter. Leonard Brown gives to Treader, sweeping left, then wants to cut right. Will go nowhere. Will lose a yard on the carry. And that will be the most likely the final play of the third quarter here in Elliotsburg. We will step out after three quarters. It's Middletown 35, West Perry nothing. Fourth quarter coming up on the Blue Raiders Sports Network. Leonard Brown, 28-yard touchdown pass to George Perry, and Klein Peter with the kick, and Middletown leads at 42-0. And no doubt about George Perry. He can block for you on the line, or as a tight end, he can just get downfield quickly. He's got that big frame and those soft hands.
And he did what a receiver's supposed to do that time. Of course, he pretty much knew he was wide open, so he could just watch the ball go right into those soft hands and just walk into the end zone.
So Middletown shutting out West Perry. Raiders will kick off from right to left. Klein Peter sends this one all the way back to the 9-yard line. And back the other way come the Mustangs. Jason Miller gets it all the way up to the 29-yard line. I want to pass along some information. There will be a 50s, 60s dance to benefit Middletown High School cheerleaders' trip to the Aloha Bowl. And that will take place Saturday, October 19th from 8 till midnight at the Liberty Firehouse. Cost is just $10, and you will receive hot and cold food and also beverages. Get your tickets at the Middletown Recreation Office or Seabury Convent. Must be 21 years or older. Again, 50-60s dance to benefit the cheerleaders. Trip to the Aloha Bowl will be Saturday, October 19th from 8 till midnight at the Liberty Firehouse. First play by West Perry on this series, and it will be a loss of a yard on the carry.
And that was Ben Sheets on the carry.
Getting a little bit of rain spritzing outside, but has stopped once again. 2nd and 11 from the 28. West Perry zone, back to pass. That's Brownback back in as the quarterback. And his pass is caught by Matt Pukowski all the way up to the 38-yard line. He'll be a yard shy of the first. Will Brownback started at quarterback, moved to wide out in place of Thomas Dumm. And then now back in as quarterback for the Mustangs. 3rd and 1 for West Perry. Give us up the middle, and I believe it was to Jason Miller. He'll be close to a first, but don't think they're going to give him the forward progress he wanted. It will bring up a 4th and a foot for West Perry.
Again, that middle part of the defense, particularly the linebackers, Randy Hefner and looks like Casey Coble now, just clogging up the middle. And they've been doing that all night so far, really.
West Perry, 4th and short. Give left side. Again, it's Miller. Looks like he should have it.
Depends which official's going to get the spot down.
You're right. The one on the near side looks like he'll give him a better spot. They will give it to him. No need to waste any time. When it's a blowout like this, I'm sure the referee wants to get in and wrap things up. Clock counting under 9 minutes. 42-0 Middletown. Full house backfield again for West Perry. Quarterback keeper and Brownback will go nowhere. Good penetration by Middletown. Step short enough to get there and make the tackle on the sweep. Brings up 2nd and 10. Well, Middletown back home Friday night. Next Friday night, Middletown Memorial Field. Hope all of you Middletown fans come out in force. Support these Raiders. They are gaining steam every week. 2nd and 10 for the Mustangs. Power right. Brownback throws it out far side.
Boy, that was the overhand option that time.
It's a 5-yard gain for Matt Pukowski, but my goodness, he was going with the option. Pukowski was way outside, and just as he was getting ready to get hit, tossed it over a Raider player and got it out to him. Kind of a pass back there. So it brings up 3rd and 5. West Perry at their own 44. Backs are split. Brownback back to pass. Lobs one near side Miller. He will be a yard shy of the first down. Jason Miller, the junior. They'll give him a good spot. Off the 48, 49-yard line, but it will bring up a 4th down and a foot once again for West Perry. They survived last time. Football at their own 49. Middletown going with mostly all second team players right now. 4th and short, single setback, slot far side. Now West Perry doesn't know what to do. They call a timeout. We'll step out, 6:47 to go. 4th quarter, Middletown 42, West Perry nothing. You're listening to the Blue Raiders Sports Network.
Back to trivia answer.
Welcome back to West Perry Athletic Field here at West Perry High School. Our score 42-0 Middletown in front of West Perry.
Well, you heard our trivia question there at halftime. We kind of gave a hint earlier on. But who was the quarterback for Middletown in 1986 that led Middletown to the District 3 championship? Back then they didn't have the state playoff. So that team could have gone maybe to the state championship that year, but instead they stop at districts. Who was the quarterback for Middletown? What team did they beat? And what was the score? Mike Dukes, you think you knew the answer to this one. Who was the quarterback first off?
I believe it was Joe Gussler.
Joe Gussler, brother of Steve Gussler. Fourth and short. We'll finish this in a second. Quarterback keeper, and I believe the knee went down on Brownback. I don't think he got it.
I don't believe so either. The spot is exactly on the 49. He needed to get to the 49.5.
He will not get it. Middletown gets the football back. Okay, you've got Joe Gussler. That is correct. Now, who was the team Middletown beat?
They beat Elizabethtown.
All right, and what was that score?
26-20.
I think we have a new color analyst, Steve.
He is correct.
Well done. Joe Gussler and Middletown beat E-Town 26-20. Now the Raiders, not knowing what to do with the second team offense, they've only got 4 guys out on the field. They call timeout, so we'll step out. 6:23 to go here in the fourth. Middletown blowing away West Perry 42-0. We'll be back on the Blue Raiders Sports Network.
Okay.
Any update on that other score on the radio?
No, he's checking right now.
No problem.
Five seconds.
Welcome back to Elliotsburg. John Wilsbach with you. 42-0 Middletown, and they will go with the second team offense now as they have it 1st and 10 at the 49 of West Perry. Backs are split wing to the near side. Quarterback for Middletown to start this is Victor Monroy. And it will be a gain of just 1 yard.
Lauren Davis on the carry for the Raiders, picks up 1.
Lauren Davis carrying the ball for the Raiders. Nate Steele making a stop.
Second down and 9. Backs are split. Wing far side. Give will be to the right side. Jason Welch cuts outside of the 40. The 35 picks up the first down and knocked out of bounds at the 30. Well, they're going to mark it all the way back at the 34-yard line.
Looks like West Perry jumped off sides a little bit there into the neutral zone, but officials didn't catch that one.
Oh, I think they caught it. I think they just want this one over with.
That's a good idea.
Well, they did manage to get back on sides before the snap, so.
1st and 10, Middletown at the 34. Monroy will give again. Welch sweeping right, now cuts it up. Spins off a man down to the 30-yard line. Clock counting at 5:20 remaining. Fourth quarter, 42-0 Middletown. Brings up a 2nd and 6 for the Raiders.
Stop. Second down and 6.
Backs are split. Chris Rogers wide to the near side. Monroy will give. Sweeping to the outside is Lauren Davis. He will just get back for no gain. Brings up a 3rd down and 5 for Middletown at the 29. So the Raiders wait for the play call to come in.
Another reminder, directly following this game, we will have Lower Dauphin at Gettysburg on tape delay, and it should be one heck of a ball game. You don't want to miss it.
3rd and 5. Rogers goes in motion to the far side for Middletown. Backs are split. Give, Welch sweeping, right side, will gain only about a yard on the carry. Well, if you look at Mid-Penn 2 right now, Lower Dauphin, one of those teams tied with Middletown for first place. So certainly the Raiders are cheering for Gettysburg in this contest. If I'm not mistaken, Redland.
Yeah, Redland is unbeaten as well at 2-0. They have to play at Mechanicsburg tonight. If they win that one, they have CD East the following week, and then they get to go to Middletown for Middletown's homecoming game, and they very well could meet unbeaten Redland and Middletown.
Raiders will go for it on 4th and 5. Give to Lauren Davis. He will go nowhere. And West Perry will get the football back. Well, imagine, that's going to be a tough game over Mechanicsburg as well. And, there's always that possibility Lower Dauphin and Redland could lose tonight, or Middletown could be at the top of the division.
John, you thief.
They've got a couple kids in front of the press box here sticking up those #1 foamy hands, and one youngster stuck it up too far, and I just reached out and grabbed it. Looked up, where's my foamy hand? Well, I gave it back. I'm a nice guy. 1st and 10 for West Perry, 2:45 remaining here in this contest. Middletown leading 42-0. Brown back in the quarterback, scrambles right, throws, it's incomplete. Ball was just off the mark a little bit, intended for David Kaufman. That stops the clock for the Mustangs, 2:38 remaining. Don't forget, you can catch all Middletown games on videotape this season. Just a $10 donation, whatever Middletown game, or all of them, in fact. $10 per tape. You can order them at the Middletown Recreation Office, 55 West Water Street. Games with the Middletown actual game video and the WMSS radio broadcast. Proceeds benefit WMSS and Middletown Athletics. Brown back to pass. He scrambles, dodges one tackle, dodges another. Gets out to about the 38-yard line and knocked out of bounds. So nice play by Will Brownback, dodging the tackles.
And I believe it was Chris Rogers who had a clean shot at him, but Brownback knew exactly what time to step up in the pocket and take off, and he picked up 8 on the play.
3rd down and 3 for the Mustangs.
So it brings up a 3rd down and 3 at the 38. West Perry lines up, backs in the eye, wide right and left. Back to pass, Brownback. Fakes a little flare out, now throws to the near side. It's incomplete as he overthrows the intended receiver of Jeremy Adair.
Yeah, that nice fake he put in the backfield wouldn't have been a good idea.
No.
Ben Sheets is about 4 yards behind Brownback. Middletown would have been all over that.
Well, Adair is back to punt now for West Perry. On 4th and short for the Mustangs. Good snap. Ran into some trouble, but was able to get the punt off. It's very high. Takes a Middletown bounce. Down by West Perry at the 39. Middletown alumni are reminded to send in your annual dues to the Middletown Alumni Association. Most of you should have received your Middletown Alumni newsletter. And for just $2, just send in your annual dues, which help the alumni get the newsletter out and do other special events and donations within the Middletown School District. If you do not receive a Middletown Alumni newsletter, then you may not be on the mailing list. And all you have to do is call the Middletown Administration Building And K9, our friend down there, will be happy to get your new address and get you on the mailing list for future alumni information. But make sure you send those alumni dues in. Middletown has it. Lauren Davis trying to run up the middle, picks up a few yards. Clock counting at 1:30 remaining in the contest. Middletown leading 42-0. We hope everyone, of course, makes an effort to come out for Middletown's homecoming game this year. That is with Redland, in fact.
And as we mentioned before, that could be a battle of unbeatens should Redland win their next two and Middletown wins next week against Mechanicsburg.
2nd and 8. Give up the middle. No gain once again. Raiders just want to keep that clock ticking. Brings up a 3rd down and about 6. Middletown will better its record to 4-1 as we hit the midway point of the season. And West Perry will go to 1-4. This will be the final play of the game. Middletown, Monroy gives up the middle. Carry of several yards by Steph Shortenoff, and that'll do it. Final score here in Elliotsburg is Middletown 42, West Perry nothing. We invite you now to stay tuned for the post-game show on the Blue Raiders Sports Network.